All right, guys. Good morning and welcome to the Sports Buffet on Elegbete TV Radio. My name is Edafe Matthias. I know you love to call me the Elegbete on Sports. There's a whole lot to talk about today because a lot happened over the weekend, and everybody's been jumping on my head. Hey, Dafe, what's your take on this? What's your take on that? Well, we've got a whole lot to talk about, so I would have my take, but I also need your take. It ranges from one end to the other, one extreme to another extreme. So you could go just go from what's it called now? How do I explain it? From Austin Eguavoen trending over the weekend to you just name it, from everything that's happened to Liverpool to PSG and Monaco. Mbappe got removed at halftime. The reaction and he plenty. Iyakpa, the talking point plenty. Manchester derby, Liverpool scoring in the very last minute of the game. Well, there's a whole lot. What's it called? Jose Pesero. The Jose Pesero drama is just is making me laugh for so many reasons. Not like it's funny, Sha. Enugu Rangers general manager, playing for Enugu Rangers. So many things have gone on this weekend that just get me thinking like, what's going on here? What's the situation with these people? What's happening with football? What's the plan? Why is everybody putting us in a place where we just, like go crazy? I wanted to call him today. I wanted to call the general manager of Enugu Rangers and get his take. And I have a lot of questions. He is my friend. Okay. Amiobe Izaku is my friend. I wanted to find out from him why he chose to register himself. First off, he's in his 30s. The young man is in his 30s, right? That's one. Two, there is a possibility, and he would have to answer for himself. I'm not speaking on his behalf. There is a possibility that this is a lifelong dream. This is his dream. But I don't know. If you guys know what to say, please explain to me. Now, it is not legally wrong because I called the league organizers and I checked with the rules of the game. There is nothing wrong with what he did. But morally, I don't know, but tomorrow would really, they're on their way from Kaduna now. And again, it happens to be the game that they won. So, okay, it's easy. It's going to come a day where they will lose. It's going to come a day where he will make the mistake that will lead to their defeat. It's going to be, there is a whole lot on my head, rolling around my head right now, thinking, well, did I just see the general manager of a club, like the general manager of a club, registered to play? Well, it does look like he know how to play. I mean, I saw the clip. It does look his first touches. I mean, what do you look at for footballers? There are three things: can they receive the ball? Can they retain it? Can they return the ball? That's all you need. Every other thing that people do in football is extra. There are three basic things. And in the words of Kobe Bryant said that to be a champion, you must know how to do the basic things so well consistently that it becomes seamless. So the basic requirement in football are three arrow: receive, retain, and return. Every other thing, dribble, dazzle, cross, all those things, they fall under that. To dribble, you're trying to retain the ball. To cross the ball accurately to your teammate, or pass the ball, or do whatever you're using, step, after step, or inside foot, all those ones is returning the ball. You're returning it because you can't keep the ball for yourself for 90 minutes. All of those things. But let me just even ask you guys, do you think it is right for the general manager of a football club to sign up, walk up to the coach and, show up in training and then train so well and then tell the coach? Because look at it from this angle. Can the coach tell the general manager that, no, I don't want to register you? Is it possible? Like, I don't know. I don't want to register you. No, you can't play for me because you're my boss. I'm the coach. You are the GM. You employed me. And then you show up and then you show up like, I want to play. I think I can play. Because what that does for the team is naturally it blocks the pathway of one player. At least one player, one young player that could have a chance to grow and be better and maybe be transferred. You're not sellable. Nobody can sell you. You're not commercially viable. Okay, even if let's say you now have an exceptional season. You're the general manager of this team. You have an exceptional season Another club now might just decide, okay, let's sign this guy because of how good he is and give him a 1 year contract. Maybe they qualify for the continent and your team did not qualify. That becomes the whole dilemma, the whole moral. Oh, Jesus Christ. The whole moral conundrum that this causes is just on another level. But hey, it is football. These things happen. I'm not going to sit here and pretend like, oh, this doesn't happen. That's how we were all very, very surprised. That's why we were very surprised some years ago when Ruud Gullit was player coach at Chelsea. It didn't spoil anything. There was no problem. So there is nothing like, oh, they've broken the rules, but it's just what I think. I don't know about you guys, but let's get past that one. Kylian Mbappe was yanked off at halftime or second half of the game last on Friday. And just in that moment, they started talking about the fact that the coach, Luis Enrique, is trying to punish him for not renewing his contract, not taking the remaining 1 year option on his contract. Even the president of France have gotten involved. Well, if that had happened in Africa, that's a funny thing. If that exact thing had happened in Africa, they would have said, oh, African politicians, no government interference and all that. But that's heavy government interference. This is not the first time it's happening. Emmanuel Macron was the reason why he rescinded his decision first time to leave, and then he extended his contract again. Emmanuel Macron invited him on the red carpet. I don't know what they said. I mean, there was no press that they didn't tell us anything. But if he ends up not leaving Paris, there must be something going on. And the conversation was that before now was that Macron told him that, listen, you've won the World Cup with us for France. You're taking us to another finals. We lost it on penalties. We are hosting the Olympics. We will want you. You're the poster boy. Not like we want you. You are the poster boy of the Olympics. We would want you to still be in France. It's good for French football for you, one of the world best players, to still be in France. But I think Mbappe is looking at it like the longer I stay in France, the more irrelevant I'm going to be on the individual award side of the Ballon d'Or, the European Golden Boot, a whole lot of other things that could arise from that. So I don't want to be in that space. And so for that reason, I'm going. This is me just playing the hypothesis now. But this one, that president, I mean, think about it. Do you know that there are certain decisions you would want to make? If your president, the president of your country, calls you and sits in front of you and tell you, I don't want you to make that decision. As much as you want to make it, you just might be too scared to say no. I mean, this is a young man. Let's be very honest here. This is a young man in his 20s and the president of a country, a very powerful nation at that. And then he's black again. Okay, let's also not forget that could also play a factor in it. And then he's thinking, oh, all this decision, if I turn this guy down, they just might be victimizing my family members. They just might do this, do that. There's a whole lot of things that might go wrong. Okay, not like I want to stay, but I will just stay. I'll just stay to save my family from problem. After all, almost everybody takes decision all in the name of family these days. When people want to jackpot, they say, no, I'm doing it for my children. When people want to do most things that people do, yeah, I'm doing it for my family. So Kylian Mbappe might just decide, you know what, let me do it for my family. Let me stay for another 5 years. Real Madrid, I did my best, but I guess my best wasn't good enough. So I'm going to stay. I mean, I won't be surprised if I hear that too. I won't be surprised. Okay. Talking about the Enugu Rangers general manager playing, or the CEO as he's called. This is how Osaso Baywana wrote. He said, the Enugu Rangers CEO, Ameobi Ezeaku, made his NPFL debut against Niger Tornadoes in Kaduna on Sunday. And you can see he has no regret taking to the field. Should fans let him be, or should he stick to running the club as the CEO? And then he's asking for your thought. I'm also asking for your thought too. Now, this is how Ezeaku Amiobi, responded. He said, I woke up in tears, fulfilled. This means a lot to me, to wear the badge of this great club, to fight for this badge and the people who love this, to fight for our ancestors and protection of our history. I was born loving this game and this club. There's a whole lot. There's a whole gamut, okay, of response. This is okay on his page. You know how it is. Many people might come on your page and do eye service. So, and he said, I will die loving this game and this club. This is beyond the game. This is more than the game. This is my life. We are Rangers International FC, blah, blah, blah. Hashtag never say die. And then Baye Douglas went on to say, congratulations, but hope it was with the authentic birth certificate. To more like joking anyway. Amobina responded, he said, my birth date is not an issue and has never been. Embrace peace and shun negativity. Okay, man, there's gonna be a whole lot of comment to that's all I know. And there's a whole lot of comment. Somebody, Michael Mezi Nebuchi, say, wow, now I wish your first league game was on TV and I'm directing like I did in Gombe. I would have ensured you were properly profiled and a highlight created out of your appearance. Congratulations, Barrister GM Shilavat / Bola. Okay, so that Shilavat part is something that I would explain. So when Imama Mapakabo was in charge of this team, that was when this guy was discovered. He was a fan of the club and he used to be a goalkeeper. They call him Shilavat. Street football, okay? And, some other people are calling him now. Oyekashi say, Shilavat, you're an inspiration and a shining example of hard work and humility for all your contributions to football and EHA alumni and beyond. Shilavatom, congratulations on your debut, bro. Much, much long awaited, okay? Our global manager never said that up Rangers International. Well, everybody's happy right now. Everybody is happy on that front. But let me flip the script a bit and see if the response is the same. Well, on Osaso Bayuana's post, it was done about an hour ago. People have not really engaged it. Maybe a lot of people are busy. But this is what Anagram 254 said. He should stick to running the club as CEO. He is the one who has technically signed the players who are playing for the team. Once in a while, teammates argue and correct each other on the pitch. When a mistake happens, can a player argue with his boss or correct him? Okay. Ugo say if he is fit and he is not a distraction to the team, he should continue playing. A lot of people are having their say on this one, and I need you to have to also give me what your thoughts are on it. Come on, the CEO of a club playing. I don't know. I don't know what you feel about it, but it's kind of like I'm kind of like in the middle. I have some technical questions to ask, and I'm going to ask him. Okay, it's important that we have this conversation and not to tear him. This is not a conversation to. Oh, because first of all, there's nothing legally wrong about it. So you cannot say, oh, he broke the rules or he did something wrong. No, there's no such thing. So we're going to always remember that. Now, having said that, in our usual way, after match days, we get our wonderful guy, Felix the Great, to give us a roundup of what happened and how he saw the league game. So we're going to go to him now. And Felix the Great, my guy, Felix Unamdi Igbomuchi. Okay, well, we call him popularly known as Felix the Great. Let's hear your NPFL report.
It was a great weekend for Nigerian football as Rivers United took another giant step in their bid to secure the country's 4 continental slots in CAF competitions. A late Kazie Naya strike completed a comeback against a spirited Dreams Tamale team who had taken the lead through Abdulaziz Issa in the first half. We will talk more on that in this NPFL matchday wrap, but for now, let's go to Ikene where Remo Stars ended Bayelsa United's 5-game unbeaten run in the only game that was played on Saturday. Adams Olamilekan's goal after 72 minutes secured maximum points for the Sky Blue Stars, who needed to win to briefly reclaim top spots. Talking about top spots, Lobby Stars moved to the summit on Sunday after a 2-0 win against Castina United, while Enugu Rangers moved up to third with their 5th consecutive win in a game that saw the general manager of the side, Amobi Ezeaku, make his debut as a player. The club admin came on in the 84th minute when his team was leading 2-0 against Niger Tornadoes in faraway Kaduna. Elsewhere, Plateau United won 2-0 against Bendel Insurance, while struggling Heartland continued their winless run in a 1-1 draw at home to Sunshine Stars. The Nazi Millionaires have now gone 7 games without a win since the departure of Kennedy Boboye. The action continues on Monday with Sporting Lagos who return to Gombe for the second time in just over a week to take on an out-of-sorts Doma United. Kano Pillars will host Abia Warriors, while the big game at the Eket Stadium will see Aqua United revive hostilities with Eimba. The game week will wrap up with Gombe United hosting Shooting Stars on Tuesday afternoon. At the age grade level, Rivers United under 17 team emerged winners of the first season of the NPFL Youth League after overpowering the winners of the four other regions. Oscar Ozonwafo of Rivers United was named the most valuable player of the tournament, while his teammate Sophia Jackson won the Golden Boot with 4 goals. Umar Yusuf of Castina United was crowned the best goalkeeper despite conceding 4 goals in the final game, while Enugu Rangers youth team won the Fair Play Award. On the continent, Rivers United suffered a scare against Dreams FC of Ghana in the CAF Confederations Cup to pick up a quarter-finals ticket. Deputy Echeta's second half goal cancelled out Aziz Issa's 40th minute strike before Kazie Naya scored in the 9th minute of additional time to win it for the pride of Rivers. The win, along with the draw between Club African and Academica Lobito, ensured that the 2022 NPFL champions secured qualifications into the knockout stages and improved Nigeria's ranking in CAF's Club Association's coefficient. It was generally a weekend that delivered happiness, and one can only hope that the trend continues into the new week and beyond. Felix Nnamdi Egbomuche for Elegbete TV Radio.
Thank you very much for that one. I like it. I don't know about you guys, but I get that kind of extreme joy when I get reports of the league. The league just gets beautiful and beautiful and beautiful and exciting every day. Thank God for Rivers United. I really was, fingers crossed, like they should go through. Not just because of my love for Port Harcourt and Rivers State, but the fact that their progress means that we will present 4 teams on the continent next season in the CAF competition. And for me, it's very, very important. I think that our football is going up. Now, not because we qualify on the continent. I just think that our domestic football is going up, and anything that will make it better, anything that would improve on it, anything that would, put us in that place where the league is seen in brighter light, just give me joy. Okay, everybody. My friends used to say every man have his poison. For some is women, some is alcohol, some is music, some is books, some is traveling, some is taking risk. For others, it's football. And for me, football is part of that thing that is my poison. Where we say one thing must kill a man, and there's always something that you love so much addictively. And generally, it's football and sports and extreme sports like driving, speed. I like speed a whole lot. But beyond that, I like to see Nigerian League become so big, commercially rewarding for the players, the coaches, and the people who are investing, and the media, but also leading the way for Africa, even if not the entire Africa, because some countries have really gone far. Egypt, Algeria, South Africa. Look at Tanzania. Tanzania just changed the story. There's Simba, there's Yanga, there is a few teams in Tanzania that are doing well. I think also we could also be like that. And then lead the way for the West African coast like Cote d'Ivoire, Mali, Senegal, Ghana, Gambia, all of these West Coast teams, and even add Cameroon that are not in West Africa, but just add them to the conversation. That still look at what Nigeria is doing. If Nigeria can be achieving that, we could also do well, and in turn, it affects the positive vibe, the positive energy of African football. Talking about African football or Africa in general, Wednesday the show will not hold because very early in the morning we would hit the road going to Ghana. We're not driving; we're going with public transport. But we would guarantee you that will bring you a whole lot of content on the continent of Africa as we travel on the road. And then by the time we get to Ghana, we would also bring you a lot to savor, a lot to enjoy, a lot to chew on, a lot to bite on when it comes to the continent of Africa, because the All African Games is going down in Ghana, and we will be in Accra to bring you updates, sights and sound. We will do all of the shenanigans that we can have. It's also for the crew. It's a time to hang out with two extra crew members. Yeah, our basketball champ, Teresa Magdakosis. Okay, I'll remember that name. That name is a bit hard. And then you have George Euphoria Ojabulu also that will be joining us on this trip. And then we have Jamia Adelashe, and then the ever reliable and dependable Ahmed Kalijaya, wonderful producer. All of this will be with us. But for that, let's jump away from the Rangers conversation and let's go to Austin Eguavoen. And that's one topic that everybody, my DM is overflowing. It have a what's your take on Austin Eguavoen? It have a what's your take on Austin Eguavoen? What's your take on Austin Eguavoen? I don't have a problem with Austin Eguavoen, but I've said it before. And I'm going to say again, this one came from Uche Ben Wandi, for instance. Bros, share more light on this Augustine Eguavoen is named the interim coach of the Super Eagles. Good or bad choice? Happy Sunday. I remain loyal. Okay. And then there is a whole lot like that. A whole lot of people want my take on it. And because, I mean, we do this because of the audience that we have. Why not? I'm going to have my take on it. So you remember in 2021 or 2020, in 2020 December, when Gunnar was fired and Eguavoen was employed. I didn't support the firing of Gunnar, just like I didn't support the letting go of Jose Peseiro. But once Eguavoen was employed and he's a coach, like I always say, once somebody is in charge of a Nigerian team, they've got my support. What was my say? I didn't want Eguavoen to take the team, but then I gave him my support. You guys remember when I produced the video of Eguavoen that went viral? Everybody was talking about spine, the wings. All of a sudden, people start using terminologies that they didn't even understand. But hey, I still had my breath then, and I said we're not going to qualify for the World Cup because those kind of sudden knee-jerk reaction have its own consequences. And I think we're about to get into that place again. Now, for this one, this is my take. Eguavoen is a man that I would always respect. He's a national team legend. He's a football legend. He's done a whole lot. He's been on the coaching trail now since 2003 when he took the under-17. He's done under 20. He's done under 23. He's done the Super Eagles on different occasions from 2006 up or 2005 up until now. And he keep coming as a journeyman man. That's the problem that I have. There's got to come a time when you say, no, I'm done. I'm not doing this anymore. This is what I want to do. This is how I want to go about it. You have a 3 million naira a month job as the technical director of football, okay, in the NFF. I think that's a good position. The economy is not good, I agree, but 3 million naira a month could really survive you if you plan very well, okay? Now, all that said, why I don't like this is, first off, we have two games that we have played in the World Cup qualifiers against Lesotho and Zimbabwe that we couldn't win. We draw those two games, meaning that we have only 2 points. Yes, the other teams in the group have also not fared well. So we're not going to sit here and say, oh, there's daylight between Nigeria and South Africa. South Africa have 4 points because they drew with Benin Republic. They won their first game and then they drew their second game. But now bringing in Eguavoen and then using the word interim. So the interim, how long does it take? What are we looking for? Who's the next coach that is coming? What are we willing to pay the next coach? Because what the grants upon which Joseph Peseiro could not continue with us. And it's also sad that he might not also get the Algerian job that he's hoping to get. But whatever his decision is, which means that there's also a possibility that Joseph Peseiro might come back. Okay? Or let's put all the cards on the table. There's a possibility that Joseph Peseiro might say come back again and become the Super Eagles coach. Continue. I don't know when that will be. So Austin Eguavoen as the interim manager, what is he going to do? For sure, you will most likely not have Trustekong, not have Zaidu Sanusi. You might not have Ola, for the game in June, July, okay? The game against South Africa. And for those of you who don't know, Trustekong will be having a Trustekong and Friends game to show appreciation and so to launch his foundation for the support given to him. And I think that's a smart move anyway. So if you, the date to be announced pretty soon, by the time it is announced and it's out there, maybe if you have your way to go to you might also go to you and support. For those of us who claim to love football, that's one place. If you cannot, if it is streaming anywhere, we're going to work hard to make it stream on our platform, but nothing is concluded, nothing is guaranteed yet. It's going to be the weekend of the opening of the camp of the Super Eagles. So we hope that most of the Super Eagles players will also play. And then I hear that the plan is to get his friends on one side, play against Aqua United. So everybody should prepare for that one, just to launch his foundation. I think after the game, there will be a dinner where he launches foundation. He explains what the foundation will be about. Remember, he's just launched a boot, just like my friend Alex Akonde also launched a boot, Wura. He's launched a boot that is made out of green materials and everything. And it's a very, very lovely boot. Okay. So we would see how that story pans out. So Eguavoen will name his squad and play. So hypothetically, I'm just saying, hypothetically, Eguavoen plays that game and lose to South Africa. Because after the Nations Cup, let me also tell you something about Nigerians' history. Nigeria most likely failed to progress after any major success. So if you look at going to this AFCON and getting to the finals, it is a success against the backdrop of expectation. So let's put the expectation on hierarchy on a ladder. Nigeria's expectation for the Super Eagles was go to the Nations Cup, do well, maybe get to the quarterfinals. The NFF expectation for the Super Eagles was go to the Nations Cup, get to the semifinals. I don't think that there is anybody in Nigeria at any time, even though we had the "Let's Do It Again" slogan. Even the guys who did the "Let's Do It Again," who were pushing it, my friend Toyosi, Frank Edoho, and the rest of the guys who were pushing it, would agree with me that they themselves do not expect the Super Eagles to get all the way to the final. So God was on their side for that to happen. So they surpassed expectation. They beat expectation by a million miles. Because for me, I thought they were going to be knocked out in the group stage. But when I make those permutations or predictions, I did not see Nwabali. So Nwabali was the ace in the box. Okay, so that was the saver. I would have bet anything if we had Francis Uzoho and go. Forget all those tactical adjustments. Therefore, beat us. Now, group stage will come out. There's no two ways about it. Because Francis Uzoho himself is terrible. If you not like, when I call this one cyberbullying, all the one that they talk about Marcus Rashford since yesterday, so now be cyberbullying. No. Now, when they talk about Nigerian player, I call her cyberbullying. It not stop me from saying the thing that I want to say. Now, having said that, we got to the finals, meaning that we overachieved. And every time Nigeria have achieved very well, look at it. In 1980, we won the Nations Cup. After that, in 1982 in Libya, we got knocked out of the group stage, if I'm not mistaken. We struggled to Maroc 88 before we started seeing light again in the Nations Cup. And then from Maroc 88 up until 1994, we won the Nations Cup. And then our football again, we went to Atlanta. You can say we went to Atlanta with the success we had in 1993 in Japan. After winning in 1985, it took us up to 1993 to win another one. And then we went to Atlanta to win the Olympics, gold in football. And then from there, we didn't go to the 1996 African Cup of Nations where South Africa won. And then in Burkina Faso in 98 where we did also attend because we were not serving a ban. And then we came in 2000. We got to the finals and lost. And then in 2002 in Mali, we were a disaster. And then again, we struggled again and struggled. Got to the point where we were not even qualifying as we didn't qualify for 2012. And then we won 2013. After winning 2013, we didn't qualify for 2015 and 2017. That's how bad we became. And then we go again to 2019. And then we got a bronze medal in 2019. What the next thing we did in 2021, we got knocked out in the round of 16. Now in 2024, we got to the finals and lost. If you go by that trajectory, we're most likely going to fall apart. Okay? If we go by the antecedents, this is not me making prediction. I'm just making using the existing data to make my predictions. Say, this is the pattern that we have created. I'm a student of pattern. I like to study pattern. So that might just lead to us struggling again. But Nigeria is Nigeria. We always surprise everybody when you least expect it. And I'm always banking on that surprise. Because to be very honest, the World Cup, this next World Cup in Canada, Mexico, and USA, is more important to some fans than even the players themselves. I'm telling you that. And for players like them, Victor Osimhen, I say this all the time. Someone like Victor Osimhen, we don't qualify for the next World Cup. He on with the national team is almost done. Okay, he will play in Morocco in the next Nations Cup. But you know how bad that Nations Cup will be. Just imagine that we put ourselves in a position where we do not qualify. Nigerians will not even support the team. Once they see, because many people want to use the World Cup as a stepping stone for the Jackpot, continuation of Jackpot, even though Mio are not there among them. But it doesn't mean I will stand in the way of other people. So these players are now going to be the clog in the wheel of the progress of certain people who want to use it as a train to get to. Some people say, I hear people say, even if in Mexico, say if I want to go Mexico, maybe I put Nigeria for Mexico, it would be easy for us to get visa to Mexico. If it take time, we'll go from there, pass border, go Texas and survive. I hear that all the time. Okay, so let's put it there. So now Eguavoen is the manager. What's my take? As everybody's asking me. My take is that if I were Eguavoen, I would not take the job. I would say thank you very much, but I like the technical director job that I'm doing, and I think I want to continue there. I want to see how I can help. Again, I think that our ex-players, yes, people will argue that, oh, what's it called? Stephen Keshi did this, did that. Fine. That's an exception to the rule. The general rule is that our ex-international are good enough to coach the age grade. But when it comes to coaching that Super Eagles with the kind of money that they have, the kind of ego that they have, the kind of people that they surround themselves with, it is almost impossible for me to trust the team, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, to any of the ex-international. And I've got great friends who are coaches. Sondo Lise, Samson Siasia, Austin Eguavoen, Mana Monike. We might not be like buddies, like I can't pick my phone and just call it, hey, hi, how you doing? But we're not enemies. We're still friends. Okay, we got mutual respect for each other, for the work that I do and for the great achievement that is accomplished in his life. His body of work is excellent. But my take is these players that we have, these players that doesn't even know the ex-players of the national team. I mean, Alex Iwobi doesn't know who Celestine Babayaru is, and so on and so forth. I could call a list of players that does not know some ex-players of the national team. I sit here and I can tell you who played for Nigeria in 1964, who played for Nigeria in 1970, because that's what we grew up, studying and wanting to be like. But having said that, I don't think that they can. So bringing in Eguavoen on the interim just doesn't work for me. I thought the NFF will have a complete plan in place. You've given a coach a mandate, get to the semifinals and we'll renew your contract. On the alternative, you should also have a plan in place that says, if the man gets to the semifinals and he gets another job somewhere, what do we do? Once he makes that move, you are making your own announcement already. They should be on the groundwork. That's what management is all about. That's what, how you show leadership. That's what leadership is all about. And I'm trying my best not to be very hard on Ibrahim Gusu because I understand how difficult the terrain, the system is, but it's hard for it not to fall on him because, again, everything rises and falls on leadership. And on this one, it's going to be on him if we don't qualify for the World Cup. I hope we do for the good of other people. For me, it's not really a big deal. I've always said it's not a big deal. I'm not one of those persons who think, oh, the World Cup comes and if I want to go US, I will go US. And if I don't want to go, I don't want to go. I still believe that Nigeria is the greatest place on the planet Earth to be on. So if I'm on the greatest place on the planet Earth to be on, I really don't care about what's happening anywhere else. That's your business. You like it there, fine. But this place is the greatest place to be. That's my own take. Now let's go to European football. I'm going to read your comment. Let's go to European football. It's a weekend. Paris Saint-Germain playing at home against Monaco. Now, how Monaco managed not to win that game, I still cannot explain it because it had all the packings and all the design of a team that should win the game. Monaco played the attack, they pressed Paris Saint-Germain like queens. And I saw some players that maybe they wanted to prove a point. I don't know, but Monaco at home is a different thing. Minamino, for instance, was fantastic. Fofana was incredible. Ben Yedder had a goal that was shocked off, rightfully so by VAR. Balogun was not too fantastic, but it was full of running. Ben Yedder had a lot of chances that he wasted as well. Akiloche was also good alongside Fofana in that midfield, but Minamino was fantastic. Golovin played the ball of his life. The entire defense line of Monaco was also fantastic in their work. And when it was called upon, Majeki was also fantastic as a goalkeeper for them. But then, for me, the best player overall in that game, maybe you might not agree, but the best player overall in that game. And Majeki actually made some fantastic save that I would say, okay, this one are a lot more clear-cut. The Mbappe one and the other ones, the one against Asensio, and then the one Ramos, not Sergio Ramos. There's a Ramos that plays for Paris Saint-Germain as a center forward. And this Ugarte also had a chance. Sola had a chance. Vitinha had like 2 chances that the goalkeeper saved. But I think that in terms of build-up, in terms of piling up the pressure, the 4-4-2 of Monaco had played the 4-3-3 of Paris Saint-Germain. And Donnarumma, yes, Gigi Donnarumma decided that this is the game he wanted to pay back the Paris Saint-Germain board and everybody for their performance. Yes, the man of the match obviously is the goalkeeper of Monaco, but from my own vantage point, I think that Gigi Donnarumma was the reason Monaco did not win that game. And Mbappe that was yanked off, there was talk that he's angry, that and you know the press, everybody's gone to press, and they were saying all the things that they needed to say. Oh, the coach Luis Enrique is punishing him for not agreeing to extend his contract, blah 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 blah. So much was talked about, but that's not important to a lot of people, because the most important thing is that uh, the coach is the one in charge. And he's also kind of like threw a shade when he said, if Mbappe, they asked him about Mbappe leaving, what will he do to the club? And he said that the club will be better without Mbappe eventually. That's what he said. And I don't know if that's a shade anyway. Depends on how you say it. But then in Germany on Friday, it was 2-2. Freiburg against Bayern Munich. You kind of like feel like something is just wrong with this Bayern Munich team. Okay, Freiburg scored first in the 12th minute, and then in the 35th minute, tell me a scored, and then before you know it, in the 75th minute, it was Jamal Musiala who got the pass from assist from Kim Min Jae, and it was 2-1. And at this point, you're like, okay, they're gonna go on and do what they know how to do, my dear. Before you know it, Hola got a pass, an assist from Gregor Strix in the 87th minute or so, and that was all she wrote as they ended up drawing the game 2-2. Just when you think that was drama personified, there was also drama in Italy. As Lazio picked up 3 red cards, it was a reckless game. But even with that red card, AC Milan struggled, to win that game by just a single goal. A single goal that came in the 88th minute by Okafor. Okafor was the one that got that goal in. And I was just saying to myself, Noah Okafor scored that goal in the 88th minute. And I was like, come on. Yeah, the red cards, let's be fair to AC Milan. Two of the first red card came in the 57th minute, second yellow card to Pellegrini, and he was gone. And then the other 2 red card came after the goal was scored. But there was added time, and I thought that AC Milan should have punished them for that one. But hey, it not happened at all. Yeah, there was no way they were scoring. But then they won 3 points is way more important than anything. And then we move into Saturday. By Saturday, you know that he had the peckings of some drama. Yeah, they started the Premier League with the Brentford Chelsea game, and then there was Everton, West Ham, Fulham, Brighton, Newcastle, Wolves, Nottingham Forest, Liverpool. I mean, that game looked like a watch and serve. It's an easy game, but it didn't turn out to be easy. They sweated, they labored, but they didn't labor in vain. So they labored and got result. Tottenham Hotspur also had a scare, but they ended up winning convincingly. City Club, Luton looked like they were going to be dead and buried, but they make a meet out of that one. First off, let's go to Chelsea game. Chelsea, I mean, I don't know what's really happening. If you know what's happening, I don't think that Chelsea is all that bad. I don't think I have the right to banter Chelsea like I keep saying. I cannot banter them. There's a whole lot of things that is still good about Chelsea. I just don't like the fact that Roman Abramovich, his club was taken from him the way they did. Maybe the man has silently cost the club. I mean, he doesn't really talk that much. And the game ended 2-2. That's a game that Chelsea should have won. They had all the chances to win it, but it just didn't happen. But then again, on the strength of the quality of goals scored, that second goal that Brentford scored, I think that if anybody scored that type of goal, that's the kind of goal that wins you Champions League finals. That's the kind of goal that makes you what's it called? And it's an assist from Frank Onyeka. Maybe that's why I am saying this. But Frank Onyeka assisted Wissa Yaone to score a very fantastic goal. And then again, Frank Onyeka collected the yellow card in the 73rd minute. But who cares about that one? But then it was the fact that Nicholas Jackson had chances upon chances that he didn't take. One time he rounded the goalkeeper, but too weak to decide on what to play the ball, and the ball was cleared off the line. And then again, he scored a very beautiful header in the 35th minute, and you thought, okay, they were going to go there to score. But in the 50th minute, it was Roslav Rasmussen that equalized to make it 1-1. And then before you know it, Wissa Yaone got an assist from Frank Onyeka, and then it was 2-1. And just when you think that, okay, maybe, just maybe because of the quality of that goal, that's bicycle kick or whatever it is, acrobatic goal, the game is going to be 2-1. Then all of a sudden, Asel Disasi. Okay, when you have that kind of name that fits somebody supposed to be an assassin in a movie, then you should be scoring goals. In the 83rd minute, he was there to make it 2-2. But then Chelsea in the league table are still just where they are. Sometimes you just say, why are they even playing? Because even if they win or they lose or they draw, they are just either in 10th or 11th position. Nothing is changing. Just the same position, static. They are stagnant and all that. Well, we move, and we saw how Fulham showed everybody that, wait, beating Man United was no fluke. We're good. we're good. Yes, we use Joseph Pesero's ball to beat Man United, but we're good. And they showed it against Brighton. Brighton is one of the team that know how to pass the ball from back, as they say, ball playing team. Well, Fulham were not interested in that nonsense talk because it was 3-0. And then Newcastle copied the same and beat Wolves 3-0. But then Liverpool waited to the very last kick of the game to score the only goal of the game to beat Nottingham Forest at Nottingham Forest ground, 1-0. Tottenham Hotspur, considered the goal against Crystal Palace as Iberici Eze came in, who's not played for a very long time, came in and scored a wonderful free kick, but then everything changed as Tottenham Hotspur, quickly realized that this is how our top four position, might go away. First off, it was Timo Werner was playing his seventh game who got the equalizer in the 77th minute. And then 3 minutes later, it was Christian Romero who made it 2-1. And just when you think that was over, Shotman came in. Yes, Son Heung-min, Shotman had a chance and he scored. Brennan Johnson had to assist in that game, so it was 3-1 for them. Late game on Saturday, the Premier League, Aston Villa made it 2-1. But I'm going somewhere. 3-2 for them against Luton away from home. Well, on Sunday, Burnley, confirmed relegated team. How does a team that played so well, beat everybody, amass points that nobody's gotten in the championship before, come to the Premier League and they are so horrible? The gulf in class and quality is terrible. We talked about having some companies the next guy, and people should stop doing that. When somebody is doing one small thing, is the next. That's how they say Steve Gerrard is the next person to take over at Liverpool. Well, we know where he is now, somewhere in Saudi Arabia, taking money and not coaching. But they said with some companies, the next guy that will take over from Pep Guardiola is this, is that. Well, when he showed up in the Premier League, he realized that all those things, not be to wear jacket and jeans, so not be to the talk for press. So when he matter most, the guy can't even find his voice anymore. And then Manchester United had the audacity to go to the Etihad, and in the 8th minute of the game, Marcus Rashford scored a goal that everybody could say this kind of goal should be scored in the 90th minute. This is the kind of goal that you score, and Igbo people will say Church Agbasa. But no, they choose to score it very early. Who sent them? Okay, they went to military barrack, in front of the military barrack, walk into the gate and give a slap to an army general. Okay. In the second half, okay. First off, Foden said, Rashford, anything you think you can do, I can do. And Rashford was involved in that goal by Man City because he had the ball through. Whether he would go through on goal, I don't know. But because he was tired and he's lazy, and I don't know why he was tired, because after scoring that goal, it was anonymous. It was completely anonymous all through. And then he fell down. That ball led to the goal that Phil Foden scored. But what a goal that was. What a strike that was. That young man really, really shutting the doubters up. I mean, it did well. And then the second one, it just went on a silver saucer, like that guy in Fantastic Four, went on a silver saucer, glide past everybody in that defense and slid the ball home. After that moment, the table had turned. On a day where Erling Haaland and Kevin De Bruyne were not in their best, Man City find a way to beat Manchester United in the Manchester Derby 3-1. Since this year, Nice have found a way not to win a game. If they are not drawing, they are losing. I don't know why that is, but hey, it is what it is. Well, tonight, Arsenal have a chance to climb up their point, but not up on the ladder because they are still going to be in third position, come what may. That is if they win. If they lose also, they'll still be in third position, but it means that their title race is almost over. Okay, Inter Milan have a chance to continue piling up the points at the top of the Italian Serie A with a win over Genoa if they get it tonight. It's Osasuna, Osasuna playing against Alaves. Man, let me come to you guys. Ooh, see comment now. Yeah, comment the hour, comment the man, comment the hour. So plenty. Okay. I wanted to get the media officer of the Super Eagles, Baba Femi Raji, my former colleague, on the show today. But I mean, I guess time is gone. So let me get my own colleague. You guys are my colleague. My colleague, where your thought on all the topic that we've had would be nice. So let's start with Henry Murray. So good morning, community people. This past weekend was meant to be sweet, if not for the legbereness of Nottingham Forest and Man United. Looking forward to a 5-goal stopping from Arsenal this evening. Okay, that's an Arsenal fan already. Henry Morris say, I want to plead with Victor Osimhen not to take penalties again, so he won't be victimized the day his miss will cost the team. Now, when Luciano Spalletti was not allowing him play penalty, you see these Nigerian people, This Nigerian people, what if I tell on a son I don't know anything about football, and I go to son and I know pass. When a man that trains with him every day in training knows that this guy, oh, he might be scoring goals, oh, but for penalty, no, let him not go there. He doesn't. He scores a hard one and miss the easy one. Una say no, the club is not treating him well. They're not respecting him. He's in a tight, he's in a race to win the highest goal scorer, and they are not making somebody else play penalty. They don't give an. Una don't see now. Robo go say, Wari go say, breeze don't blow. Foul, yeah, she don't what open. Mona leave her there, make it a play. They when they not remove her, make it a play. When they go tell her, man, no play now. I go say, na racism. They hate him. Upon everything what he do for the club, nobody they not they respect him because na so Nigerians on the be na be like 10 might. Well, for social media, Mona leave him. Mona leave him. Make it a play the penalty. When they miss them like that, it's okay. Olafat says, good morning, boss. Good morning to you. I think what Coach Fidelis did is the aspect of a player who's also coaching. Example is the Vincent Company, who was a player and coach of Anderlecht. It's not Fidelis Ilichuku that played in the game, Oga. I think you need to listen carefully and understand the information given so that you don't step out of line and say the things you're not supposed to say. It's good to get information before we comment. Is the CEO, the general manager of the club, Amir Bieziaku, that we're talking about. We've had coach player everywhere in world football. That one's not a problem. We're talking about the CEO becoming a player and playing in a league. That's one. It's an example that we've not seen. Tomorrow, anyway, we'll have him on the show. I would call him. We'll talk. He's my friend, but we'll talk. As my friend, but we'll talk and I'll share my thought. I'll ask him the questions. They're going to be tough. He's a lawyer, so he knows what it means to put somebody on the stand and put them on the spot. And I put it to you as a lawyer. I put it to you that you are influencing the coach's decision. You are using your power, your position to influence the decision of the coach so that you can fulfill your childhood dream of wanting to be a footballer. I put it to you. You want to tell your wife and your children that you play football professional. I know what you're doing. And oh God, tomorrow we'll have fun tomorrow. Just come prepare for courtroom drama tomorrow. I will be what's that guy? What's Raymond Reddington's name in Boston League again? That's on. I will be the Avi Spector. Okay, Avi Spector. That's what I will be. I put it to you. Don't put it to me. According to Obasanjo, say don't put it to me. Don't put it to me before I give you slap. If I give you wutu. Okay. So Chris LM says, good morning, Elegote. Good morning to you. Please kindly advise Osimhen to hire a penalty special. Now everything they go hire. Me too, I go hire a sing instructor to come teach me how to sing. Now everything that they hire, Osimhen should get away from penalties and play other things. Let other people play penalties. We should be higher. Should hire a penalty special coach to lecture him on how to hit a spot kick before he becomes an unforgivable victim. Well, they are not. I don't know. Olafat say that Rivers United late goal, I celebrate it well. Even jump from the bed I was sleeping on. You they watch my just sleep. You know they watch the game now. Henry Morris says, bros, this NPFL report just the sweet your belly anyhow. See the broad smile on your face. It is sweet meal. I mean, anything about it. First off, Felix is fantastic. He's good at what he does. Okay, you know me. I pick the right kind of people. I've got a skill. I should be proud. I should be puffing up, like puffy fish. I should be puffing up. I have got the skill to pick the right kind of people. If you think I'm lying, Emmanuel Sebastian, I told you guys he's gonna be like one of the greatest guys. He's the voice of the NPFL right now. Kosi, the voice of the NPFL right now. You want to say I don't pick the right people? Emmanuel led him in 2010. I picked him. You see him now. So I know how to pick the good people. Don't worry. I pick the best people. Bamiji, Precious Omosaway. I can name a whole lot of people. Alison that went to Big Brother. I could name them more. So I picked the right people. I'm about unloading to you guys. You see, call your friends and family to subscribe to this channel. These All African games that we're going, Unago see, Unago hear what. We're going there to play, but hopefully the numbers will go up. Okay, the numbers will tell. The Alarawaji says, Alarawaji is always, going back to watch our content. Thank you very much for that. And then dropping comment. Yeah, and Johnny Gaffa, fantastic guys. Okay, they every year back to back. Okay, the Alarawaji says, I hope it is fit and it's not nepotism. There was a time when Deputy Governor of Edo State was just making a funny show for Bendel Insurance. Okay, that was in lower league. Johnny Gafar say, I can't believe Austin Eguavoen name is actually being mentioned. No serious footballing country brings him back. Yeah, you know, when I say, like, hey, boy, he's your guy. Yeah, he's my guy, but it doesn't mean my guy cannot be bigger than Nigeria. Now. And when people tell me that, I'm just wondering, like, what are you guys saying? Okay, so because he's my guy, Nigeria should suffer, sha. Okay, no wahala. That's why we're where we are. Oh. That's why we're where we are. Benin people don't want. That's why we are where. So once you speak against your guy, some people have just showed up in my DM that it have no now our guy now. You shouldn't be the one posting the other people can, but you shouldn't be the one. You should be the one even defending him. I said, no. Nigeria is more important to me than anybody, even my children. Come on. What's that? You're not competent, you're not competent. Chris LM said kudos to the NPFL referees. Win at home syndrome is gradually reducing. Give that credit to GTI. I tell you for free, I know. GTI being able to pay referees. Now, referees get paid even before they go for matches. Their accommodation, their transport is taken care of. Not like they will go to the away game. Now they go for matches. The home team don't even know where the referee is. The referee hotel is taken care of. They show up in the stadium for match day. They do their thing and then they get out. Okay? My guy. He said, we don't need Pesero or foreign coach anymore. We just have to employ a local coach and spend the naira. Let's save. Okpako, if you want 70 naira, if you want 70 naira, send me. Like, I won't go Ghana now. Now you suppose even send me money. You suppose not call me since say, only have half an hour. How much I take support this your trip to Ghana? You know not saying 5 people and they carry go Ghana. Accommodation. You don't check Airbnb for Ghana. Oh boy, accommodation. Who do prove on your fool? Like, I was like, who sent me for this one? Who sent me? Now, in the name of Tokunado, now I want to do this. So, when I go pay for transport, just going, just going for all of us where they go, almost $1 million. I was like, I can't check Airbnb. I check Airbnb, and they look like something the same. At the same moment, come like I get eye problem. Like the numbers, $3,000, $2,700 for 1 month accommodation. I can't reduce. This one is good, boys. It's too. Is it not just all African games that we're going? Are we going for vacation? Let's reduce it. Oh no, I don't like a place I have some people. I'm saying I don't like but the money. As I did so, nothing. I don't pray tire like God. Just say somebody may just say it. Let me say $5,000. The whole problem is solved, but I never see. They say what God cannot do does not exist. If I see that thing, then they work for my side right now. The Alara say I would prefer Nigeria just go all out to get a permanent coach. If I have my way, I would say we'll retain Pesero and give him some time on the team since we don't have much. Okay, Latif Lasisi, he said same mistake. Austin Eguavoen was coach. Why not Finidi or Amonike? Olafat say, boss, speaking about Monaco, has Fofana Balogun done justice to the money invested in them? Well, okay, so there is a way I would answer that question. And football is a team game, right? And there are some things you need to look at. Last season, Balogun performed very well in the French league. Monaco are in third position right now. Monaco have not really been fantastic lately. They're in third position on the league table, 42 points. And it does look like they will play in the Champions League. Nobody expect that Monaco is going to come and win the league. Okay, so for how they have risen, if you look at their last 5 games, they've won only 2, drawn 2, lost 1. But if you look at it carefully, you would say they are making progress. If they can retain it, if they can fend off Lille, Nice, and Marseille, and they are able to qualify for the Champions League, and if they can knock Bre out of second position and they qualify as second, I would say that the investment have returned very, very well, but there is still time for it to happen. So I'm not going to sit here and say they've not done well. They just need to continue and then keep pushing. That's just my own thing. It's not a bad investment if you qualify for the Champions League and then you go there and compete. It's an investment that is in progress. It's not a static invest today and get return today. It has not ended. They could still go next season and go and perform wonders again. Who knows? But from where they are coming from, I think they are returning very good interest on that investment already. On the other hand, except maybe Christian Shuku, Austin Eguavoen is currently the Nigerian international who has the most coaching experience of our Super Eagles or a senior national team, but he always fail now. Come on, is there not a time where we say, you know what, we don't want to do this again? Henry Moru say, wait to boss, where Sabi girl? She do, she did. She say alarm the beat her for where she did for she deserve somewhere Niger State. Now she did the alarm not be here. Say the condition are critical and all of now for this place. And I know just send a DM, gonna send a small alert, make a blood take warm. So she dey see her period. She be like the woman with the issue of blood right now. I'm gonna say, Elegbete, do you think Napoli still have a chance for the Serie A top? Or no, they don't. They don't. I don't think they will. If it happens, it will be miracle. That's no. I don't even want to. They might qualify for the Conference League or Europa, but to say they would make it into the Champions League, that doesn't really. They are in seventh position right now, 43 points they have. The team in fourth position is on there are 11 games to go, 33 points to fight for is Bologna. Now what you have to look at is AS Roma, Fiorentina, Atlanta before Napoli, and then there's Lazio. There are some teams that you look at and say, you know what, this Napoli are more likely to go down, than to go up. So but mathematically they're still within a shot. Let's not take that away from them, but I don't think they will. I just think that the teams in those positions, the teams in the top four position right now, from Inter Milan most likely will win the league. Juventus will stay second. AC Milan will huff and puff and still manage to go. Bologna are in the form of their life. After Inter Milan, Bologna are the most informed team right now in Serie A. They've won their last 5 games. And then AS Roma seem to have found something that wasn't there when Mourinho was there. The last 5 games, they've lost only 1 and 1 all. For Atalanta, and neither here nor there as well. But they are a team that you can trust that they might just hold their own to qualify for European competition. So it's going to be difficult for Napoli anyway. But let's see. I mean, mathematically, they're still within a shot. So I'm not going to rule them out completely. But my own position is that I don't think it's taken too far. I don't think they will make it to the top 4 to Champions League next season. The other one say how Haaland manages to miss some sitters is what I don't know. Only for Man United defense to give him a goal at the death. Well, when you're such a good goal scorer, sometimes you make these misses and people are surprised. But that one, I thought he should have just put his head or probably just run into it and run it with it into the net. But everything is always easier when somebody else is doing it. Everything is like simple. And the reason why that is somebody was shouting when I was watching the game, and I said to him that if Naedi didn't catch a miss that ball or what's called Nicolas Jackson missed that ball, Eguavoen, he said no. I said that's it, because expectation is high because it is Erling Haaland. He's an angel. He's not supposed to make mistake, but then it is what it is. If Osimhen no play penalty, how will he improve on his PK? If you know something, you know something. What if that penalty is the one that they needed to get all 3 points? He should stay away from the penalties. He can score goals. Okay, if you want to improve. Improvement on penalties is something you do in the training ground. You don't come to the match place to improve on penalties. Match days is where you come and exhibit what you have perfected in training. You don't come to when I was working in Brilla, there's this thing we used to say when we bring in new people. We tell them and they come in, that excitement of, oh, I'm not in Brilla, I'm hanging out with these stars. And we try to make them, we're not stars. We're coming here to work. Prepare so that when they give you, because immediately they employ you, they don't put you on the mic. I don't know what it is now, but nowadays you don't put you on the mic immediately. You can do like 2 or 3 weeks of rolling, trying. We just say go and be researching, go and be reading, study, go inside studio where somebody do a show, learn. Because a day is going to come when they'll put you on that microphone and you open your mouth. You are not going to be representing this brand as big as this brand. Anything you do, good or bad, represent all of us. Because Edafe was there, if not money, Edafe was there, Raji was there, Tony was there, Jigima was there, and this one come on air, they talk rubbish. It is better that you do a 5 minutes and everybody say thumbs up than you start. As soon as you start, they say, cut off the mic, play music, and drive that person out of the studio. So we always tell you that. So you got to be prepared all the time so you don't have to prepare, right? That's the way it is. So it's not like if you not play penalty, I go to Sabiam for training. When you don't Sabiam for training, come match and do it. The line why you said never Cousin seems to be banishing the never spirit away. I am rooting for them. Bayern are 10 points behind with 10 games to go. Try again next season. Hurricane, the guy carried the cost of Tottenham Hotspur come Germany. The other one just says Chelsea are looking like a team that is playing set on the street, running around like headless chicken. Michael Jackson was busy dancing around the keeper. Thank God he later scored. The other one you wanted to say, how Thomas Tuchel remained the coach in Bayern till now is still a surprise. They've not found a replacement. It's not because he's good. They've not found a suitable replacement. I know from good authority that they are talking to different coaches, but the coach that they want is not ready yet to move. They're hoping to get Xabi Alonso, but I mean, because of the position that they are in, they can't even pursue it openly because that would be problem. Like, oh, you're trying to derail our title race. So that's the reason why Thomas Tuchel still have a job. Tosin Leoma, they say, I still wish to see Olise coaching the Eagles again. I wish so, but not now. You know, when you say, I mean, I speak to Olise on the regular, but I tell him for free. If you go now, you go still fail. They'll say, oh, hold. I will tell you, say, not good enough. It is hard. The chances of any coach coming to succeed with this team, it's hard. And you know how you go pay Nigerians? Say, last time at World Cup, now Ghana stop us. As it is so, now South Africa won't stop us. So, two teams that Nigerians don't like to lose to are the ones that will stop us from going to back-to-back World Cup. It's something we need to, think about. Well, we've done 1 hour on the show today. I don't want to talk more. Again, Bayern Munich go sign a club next summer. There's also that talk of club, but we also, I'm also hearing from good authority that club wants to rest for like 2 seasons before he consider whether he wants to come back to coaching. It does look like he's tired, and he can be tiring. I don't tired to the shine teeth. Son not to beat the teeth on yellow. So he wants to go rest, go meet the dentist to clean the teeth first. Maybe for 2 years, then he come back. Whatever it is, thank you. I've had fun on the show today. I don't know about you guys, but I think we've had fun. The show's been tight from start to finish, tighter than the Virgin. We needed lubricant to get it to get access. Thank you very much. God bless you guys for being on the show. Please, if you're not subscribed to the channel, do what to subscribe to the channel and support us as we go for the All African Games. It's gonna be our first time, so expect that we might stutter, and there are rookies that are joining us on the trip. Expect that we might stutter, we might struggle. The lineup, let me tell you the things I will do. We have somebody that will cover basketball. We have basketball covered. We'll have somebody that will do sights and sound, joy, well, that will give us all the girly things. A lot of pictures. We have Jamie Adelashe for that one. And then I would also still do my live stream. But by the time we get to Ghana, I will check the schedule, we'll decide. But most likely, there'll be more night live streaming than ice cream, not the hungry me, than morning. But for sure, there will still be daily live streaming to give you updates on activity. So if I have the chance to do morning and evening, I'll do morning and evening. If I have the chance to do only morning, I'll do only morning. If I have the chance to do only evening, I'll do. But definitely every day there'll be daily updates to let you know how things are going. Organav Okwako say, how Leverkusen wing back duo of Grimaldo and Frimpong forming the building block of Leverkusen attack amazes me. He's the coach. It's a coach. Everything you see players do on the field have something to do with what coach have told them in training ground and in the dressing room. It's a very key thing. That incubator, that womb that produces the team that comes out. It's very if you study the principle, the theory of hypnosis, and that religious leaders use it a lot. Pastors, when you go to church, a pastor says something and you hear uniformly, a pastor says something very stupid and very ridiculous, and you see highly educated people shout amen. It's the principle of hypnosis. Hypnosis is where you believe somebody so much and they say something. The other day I was having a conversation. Also, there's this person who said went to church for prayers, and before you know it, the pastor said, "Take off your clothes, take off your clothes, take off your bra, take off her bra, take off her." That the pastor started sleeping with her. Now, it wasn't like she had a relationship, she wanted to, but she just found out that it's like she was hypnotized. I said, listen, it's not hypnosis, it's called respect. There is a way, and this is why a lot of people think I am proud. And I'm going to explain that before I sign that. There's a way you respect, adore people, you breathe and bank on every word they say. Every word they say out of their mouth means everything. Like as they say it, you interpret it like that. That's why people would somebody would send you, tie a bomb to yourself and you will go and kill people. You really think that those people woke up and say that's how their life is worth? Forget about the people they kill now. Your own life, is that what your life is worth? This person that is sending me, or that's the reason why some people will just go and be snatching ballot boxes during election, not caring whether they can be beaten, maimed, or caught, or killed. It's hypnosis, and hypnosis is not a charm. It comes from over adoring people, over respecting people. We all grew up, and if you grew up in church, remember, you grew up, the most powerful people in your life are your mom and your dad. And then you see your mom calling one small pastor daddy, pastor wife mommy. It's strange, but that's where it starts from. And so you start feeling like, my parents is Superman and Wonder Woman sees these people as daddy and mommy, then I am their children, their grandchildren, right? You start obeying everything they do. You want to please them, you want to impress them. And it's the same thing with coaching. A coach, when I was coming up through the rank, this is how I was told in Sweden, that the coach's word is law. It's not a democracy, it's a dictatorship. You're giving order and your job is to execute it. Find the best way to execute it so that the next game you will be trusted with that order. Okay, that command, that chain of command, it comes from the coach and it goes to you, and your job is to go there and execute it. If the coach tells you that guy that you're playing against, kick him, you're going to kick him, irrespective of the fact that you might get a red card. But the coach have said it, that's your position. So that's where the magic of coaching comes in. Sometimes it's not just tactics, it is the psychology of, look at Liverpool now. Some small boys where we say they're never supposed to play for Yimba are playing against some top teams and they are winning matches. Come on. There's something going on in the dressing room. There's something crazy going on in the dressing room that these coaches, look at Pep Guardiola's team that is winning everybody. John Stones knows how he play ball. Nathan Ake, Ogbori. All these guys are pretty average. Jack Grealish, Doku. Some of these players are pretty average. But once they are playing under Pep Guardiola, it seems like Red Bull gives you wings. Man, I'm going to spend too much time talking about this. Let's sign up, and today, Mrs. Sedafi is not around. I first of all have done a whole lot of school runs. I want to sit down and complete my season 10 of Blacklist. So thank you very much, everybody. God bless you. Those of you who feel the need to support us for this, our trip to Ghana, more support us. So more not go this sleep on that bridge of Ghana. Or we'll go trend on social media, say Nigerian people don't come stay on that bridge. Mona no abandon us. So say, who say you? You go show yourself. Mona help us. So Ghana deal. Ghana they expensive. Sure. All the time they say online. And they say we're not allowed to carry food across border. So we'll go when you will survive. Thank you very much. My name is still Edafi Matches. You love to come in and on sports. Like I always say, if you can't be the solution, please don't be the problem. Don't also stand in the way of people who are the solution. Be the very best version of who God created you to be. Stay out of trouble. Have a lovely day and a wonderful week ahead. Bye-bye.